Chapter 1: The Discovery. Dr. Alara Miles sat in her office at the Royal Geographical Society, surrounded by maps and charts that were the foundation of her work. For years, she had dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations, seeking evidence of humanity's past. One particular hypothesis, however, remained unverified: the idea that our world was once a primitive place, untouched by modern advancements. As Alara pondered this theory, her phone buzzed with an alert. She picked up and saw it was from a team on the other side of the globe working on a remote archaeological dig. "Enter, Miles," came the voice on the other end. "We've made a discovery that could change everything." Alara's eyes widened as she asked, "What have you found?" The Chapter 2 tree, the excavation. The team from the remote site described an artifact unlike anything they had ever seen before, a small, intricately carved device that seemed to glow faintly in the dim light. Alara was intrigued and immediately contacted them to set up a meeting. When she arrived at the dig site, she found a team of archaeologists eagerly unearthing layers of dirt, revealing sections of stone tablets etched with symbols and strange runes. They showed her the device they had unearthed, circular pendant made from an unknown material that shimmered in the sunlight, emitting a soft blue glow. "Can you explain what it is?" Alara asked, examining the device closely. "The pendant appears to be some sort of advanced technology," the leader explained. "We've never seen anything like it before." Chapter 3: The Revelation. As Alara continued to study the pendant, she noticed something peculiar. When she held it up to the light, images began to flicker and dance across its surface, a scene from long ago. She saw a bustling metropolis filled with towering skyscrapers and futuristic vehicles. Buildings shimmered with advanced energy sources, and people moved with an ease that seemed beyond human comprehension. Alara's mind raced as she realized what this could mean. The pendant was not just a piece of jewelry, it was a portal to another time, a window into our world before the age of technology. She knew immediately that she had to find out more. Chapter 4: The Race. Word of Alara's discovery spread quickly through the scientific community. Researchers from around the globe descended upon her office, eager to learn more about the pendant and what it could reveal. Governments began to take notice as well, sensing its potential value and power. Alara found herself at the center of a race to uncover the truth behind the device. Other scientists and governments alike were vying for control of the information it held, leading to a dangerous political climate. Chapter 5: For the Consequences. As Alara delved deeper into her research, she began to see disturbing consequences of the pendant's existence. She learned that its power came at a great cost. Using too much energy could cause massive disruptions to our world's natural order. There were even reports of strange phenomena occurring around it, including anomalous weather patterns and increased seismic activity. Alara knew that someone needed to ensure this technology remained safe. She wrote a detailed report outlining the risks and implications, urging for a global treaty to regulate its use and protect our planet from potential catastrophe. Chapter 6: The Intervention. As Alara worked on her report, she received a message from an unexpected source. Dr. Marcus Chen, a renowned physicist and former government scientist. He warned her that someone was already manipulating the pendant's energy for their own gain. A shadowy organization had discovered its secrets and was using it to fund their research and control over global resources. Alara knew she couldn't act alone. She reached out to international agencies and intelligence services, sharing what she knew about the pendant and the potential dangers of those who sought to exploit it. Chapter Send-Off. The standard days turned into weeks as Alara coordinated efforts with various organizations. Intelligence operatives were deployed to track down clues about the shadowy organization, while scientists worked on creating a way to counteract its influence on our world's energy systems. The tension was high as the threat closed in. Alara received a direct message from Dr. Chen warning her that time was running out. He revealed that the organization had already begun using the pendant to manipulate climate patterns, causing droughts and floods in multiple countries. Chapter 8: The Rescue. In a daring operation, Alara led a team of operatives into the heart of the shadowy organization's headquarters. Using advanced technology and diplomacy, they infiltrated their system and neutralized their influence on the pendant's energy output. As they emerged from the building, they were met by an army of security personnel loyal to the organization. A fierce battle ensued as Alara's team fought to protect the pendant and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands once again. Chapter 9: The Aftermath of the Comtermact. Alara emerged as a global figure, her discovery reshaping our understanding of human history and technology. She testified before international leaders, advocating for the creation of a new era of responsible research and regulation. The pendant itself was kept under strict surveillance, with scientists working tirelessly to understand its full capabilities and develop ways to harness its power safely. Alara watched as humanity began to realize that the past could indeed shape our future, but it was up to us to ensure that knowledge led to progress, not destruction. Chapter 10. The legacy years passed and society had changed. Governments and private organizations alike prioritized ethical research and development, ensuring that advanced technologies were used for the betterment of humanity. Alara's discovery remained a symbol of our world's potential, both in its past and its future. As she stood on a hilltop overlooking a city bathed in advanced energy sources, Alara felt a sense of peace. She knew that while there would always be those who sought to exploit the power of our past for their own gain, it was up to us to ensure that this knowledge led not to destruction but to a brighter tomorrow. And so, humanity continued its journey into the unknown, guided by the lessons learned from the past and the wisdom of the future. Chapter 11. New Horizons. As years went by, Alara Miles' name became synonymous with groundbreaking research and responsible scientific inquiry. She traveled the world, sharing her knowledge and advocating for a more sustainable and ethical approach to technology. One day, as she gave a keynote address at a major international conference on climate change, a young scientist in the audience raised his hand. Dr. Miles, he began, I have an idea that could help us understand more about the pendant and its potential. Alara's eyes lit up with excitement as she nodded encouragingly. The young man explained his theory about another similar device found near the same dig site, a smaller pendant that seemed to stabilize anomalies rather than cause them. Remarkable, Alara said, her voice filled with admiration. Do you have evidence to back up your theory? Chapter 12. Collaboration. The young scientist's name was Marcus Chengier, and he had made an incredible discovery. He showed Alara the pendant and detailed his findings on a small tablet embedded within it. Based on the patterns we've observed, Marcus explained, it appears that this pendant functions by harnessing energy from specific natural phenomena and stabilizing them. Alara was intrigued. What kind of phenomena are you referring to? Marcus pointed to diagrams on the tablet. There's evidence here of interaction with solar winds, gravitational waves, and even cosmic rays. It seems to be a device that can control and balance these forces. Chapter 33. The power of balance. As Marcus continued to elaborate, Alara became increasingly fascinated. She realized that this pendant might not just be an advanced technological marvel, but also a means of maintaining the delicate balance of our world. Could it be, she mused aloud, that this device is the key to preventing the types of anomalies and disruptions we've seen in recent years? Marcus nodded emphatically. Yes, Dr. Miles. It's almost like nature itself was trying to teach us something through its creation. Chapter 14. The experiment. With renewed energy, Alara and Marcus set about creating a small-scale prototype of the stabilizing pendant. They gathered scientists from various disciplines, pooling their knowledge and resources to bring this idea to life. The project faced numerous challenges: designing circuits that could harness natural forces, ensuring safety protocols in case something went wrong, and developing a user interface that would make it accessible for non-scientists. Chapter 15. The pilot program. As the prototype began testing, Alara and Marcus led a small team to a remote location where they could begin experiments. They installed the pendant in a controlled environment, monitoring its effects on local weather patterns and energy consumption. The initial results were promising. Temperatures remained stable, storms subsided, and there was an increase in renewable energy production. Alara watched with growing hope as the pendant seemed to be doing exactly what it was meant to do: stabilize natural forces for the betterment of humanity. Chapter 16. The expansion. The success of the pilot program led to rapid expansion. Governments around the world began investing in similar projects, hoping to harness the power of natural phenomena for their own use. Alara watched with pride as researchers continued to develop and refine these devices. In cities worldwide, new power plants sprang up, fueled by energy harvested from solar winds, gravitational waves, and cosmic rays. The air grew cleaner, temperatures remained stable, and resources were used more efficiently than ever before. Chapter 17. The global impact. As the technology spread, Alara was invited to address a global summit on sustainability. Her speech resonated with leaders from every nation, inspiring them to work together toward a shared goal: using advanced science for the betterment of all. Imagine, she said, a world where we no longer need to rely on fossil fuels or face the consequences of our actions. Imagine a world that can sustain itself without degrading its environment. Her words were met with thunderous applause and admiration. Alara realized that her initial discovery had opened up new possibilities for humanity, a chance to harness the power of nature in ways that could benefit everyone. Chapter 18. The legacy of Alara Miles. Years passed, and Alara continued to be a figure of inspiration. She remained at the forefront of research and innovation, working tirelessly to ensure that the lessons learned from the past were used to build a better future for all. As she looked out over a world transformed by advanced technology, Alara felt a sense of peace and fulfillment. She knew that her discovery had not only changed humanity's understanding of our past, but had also paved the way for a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. And so Alara Miles lived on as an icon of progress and responsibility, inspiring generations to come to use the power of science with wisdom and care for our planet. Chapter 1993 Legacy and Inspiration. Decades after her groundbreaking discovery, Alara Miles' legacy continued to inspire people around the world. Her vision of a sustainable future had become a global reality, thanks in large part to her tireless efforts. One of the most notable projects that emerged from Alara's research was the creation of the Global Harmony Network, GHN. GHN consisted of a network of interconnected devices, harmonic amplifiers, that could detect and balance natural phenomena across the globe. This system not only provided clean, renewable energy but also helped to stabilize climate patterns, reduce environmental disasters, and improve public health. Alara served as the president of GHN, overseeing its operations from her new office at a futuristic research center in San Francisco. She was surrounded by the latest advancements in technology, virtual reality simulations, advanced AI systems, and cutting-edge research labs. Chapter 20 The Visionary. As Alara reflected on her journey, she realized that her discovery had not only transformed the world but had also inspired a new generation of scientists and thinkers. Young people like Marcus Chen-Gier were now pushing boundaries and exploring uncharted territories, driven by a sense of curiosity and a desire to make a difference. Alara, Marcus once told her, "Your work has changed everything." Alara smiled, feeling proud but knowing that there was still much more to discover. She had always believed that the power of science could be harnessed for good. Now she saw it becoming a reality. Chapter 23 The Challenge. Despite all the progress, Alara couldn't shake the feeling that they had only scratched the surface of what was possible. There were still ancient technologies hidden away in remote corners of the world, waiting to be discovered and understood. One day, Marcus came into her office with a mysterious artifact, a small, ornate scroll wrapped in leather. "I found something else," he said, his voice filled with excitement. "It looks like another piece of our puzzle." Alara's eyes lit up as she took the scroll from him. As they unwrapped it, strange symbols began to glow on its surface, revealing an intricate map that depicted a series of hidden locations around the world. Chapter 22 Unveiling the Past. With renewed determination, Alara and Marcus set out on an expedition to uncover these hidden locations. They traveled across deserts, crossed treacherous mountains, and swam through treacherous waters, always following the map's cryptic directions. As they ventured deeper into the unknown, Alara felt a growing sense of wonder at the mysteries waiting to be discovered. She could almost hear the whispers of ancient civilizations, their knowledge and wisdom preserved in these mysterious artifacts. Chapter 23 The Revelation. After months of searching, they finally arrived at one of the hidden locations, a small village nestled deep within a jungle. Marcus pointed to a series of ancient symbols on a nearby rock face. "This is where it all begins," he said, leading Alara through a maze-like path. As they emerged from the jungle, they found themselves facing an imposing stone structure that stretched for miles into the sky. It was made of a strange material that shimmered in the sunlight, and its surface was covered in intricate designs that seemed to come alive as Alara approached. Chapter 24 The Power Within. As they stepped inside the structure, Alara felt a surge of energy coursing through her body. The walls glowed with an inner light, and symbols on the floor began to pulse and shift. It was clear that this place was no ordinary location. It was a portal to another dimension, filled with knowledge and power. Marcus explained, "This place is said to be the source of our world's advanced technologies. Our ancestors discovered it, learned from its secrets, and used its power to shape our future." Alara stood in awe as she realized that this discovery could potentially unlock even more of our past and lead to new horizons of progress. Chapter 25 The New Dawn. With the knowledge gained from their journey, Alara and Marcus worked tirelessly on further research. They created advanced devices based on what they had learned at the hidden village, developing technologies that could harness energy from multiple sources simultaneously. The results were groundbreaking. As these new technologies began to be deployed around the world, society flourished like never before. There was a surge in innovation as scientists and engineers pushed the boundary of what was possible. Chapter 26 A New Age. The years went by. As the year, Alara became a global icon, known for her tireless efforts to use science for the betterment of humanity. She continued to inspire new generations, helping them understand that with great power comes great responsibility. One day, as she looked out over the Earth from space, Alara felt a sense of pride and hope. She knew that their world had changed in ways that would have been unimaginable just a few decades ago. As long as we continue to learn from our past and strive for progress with wisdom and care, Alara mused aloud, we can create a future where humanity thrives. And so, the legacy of Alara Miles lived on, inspiring a new generation to use the power of science for good, while ensuring that the lessons learned from our past led us toward a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Chapter 27 The Future Is Now. Decades after her groundbreaking discovery and the subsequent revelation at the hidden village, Alara Miles had become a symbol of hope and progress for humanity. Her research and advocacy had led to an age where technology was harnessed for the betterment of all. One such breakthrough was the creation of the Solar Energy Grid, SEG. The SEG was a network of devices that could capture energy from various sources, solar, wind, tidal, and even nuclear fusion, simultaneously. This made it possible to power entire cities with clean, renewable energy without depleting natural resources. Alara stood on a grand stage in front of the Global Science Center, watching as the SEG powered up for the first time. She felt a sense of pride as she saw the massive solar panels and wind turbines spinning, their energy creating an endless flow that would sustain humanity for generations to come. Chapter 28: The Global Union. As Alara looked out at the vast expanse of clean energy that surrounded her, she knew that there was still work to be done. The world had made great strides, but there were still challenges to overcome: poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. With renewed energy, Alara set about forming a global union for peace and prosperity, a GUP. This organization aimed to address these issues on a global scale, using science and innovation to promote equality, prosperity, and sustainability. Chapter 29: Crew. The Harmony Project. The GUPP launched the Harmony Project, an ambitious initiative that sought to create a more harmonious world through advanced technology. One of the key components of this project was the development of the Quantum Entanglement Interference Machine, a QEM. As Alara watched a team of researchers work on the QEM in her office, she felt a sense of excitement and wonder. The QEM had the potential to create a network that could entangle particles at a subatomic level, allowing for instantaneous communication and data transfer across vast distances. Chapter 33: The Power of Entanglement. The QEM was a marvel of engineering, a complex system of interconnecting nodes that harnessed the principles of quantum mechanics. Alara understood that this technology could revolutionize communication and information sharing, making it possible for people around the world to connect in real time. One day, as she tested the QEM, Alara felt a surge of energy as the device began to operate at peak efficiency. She watched as data streams flowed through the network, connecting cities and countries across the globe with a speed that had never been seen before. Chapter 31: The Global Community. As the Harmony Project continued to progress, Alara saw the world transform into a more interconnected community. People around the globe were able to communicate instantly, share knowledge freely, and collaborate on projects from anywhere. The global economy flourished as advanced technologies made production and distribution faster and more efficient. Poverty and inequality began to wane as access to education and healthcare improved across all nations. Chapter 32: The Final Frontier. As humanity continued to push the boundaries of what was possible, Alara Miles realized that there were still frontiers left to explore. One such frontier was space exploration, a field that had always fascinated her since she first set eyes on a starry sky as a child. The GUP launched the Space Expedition Initiative, an ambitious program to establish human colonies on other planets and moons. Alara knew that this would be one of the most daring undertakings in history, but she was determined to see it through. Chapter 33: The Red Planet. The SCIFI's first mission was set to land on Mars, a planet that had long been a source of wonder for humanity. As the spacecraft neared the Red Planet, Alara and her team felt an overwhelming sense of excitement and anticipation. As they descended onto the surface, they found themselves standing on a desolate landscape covered in rusty rocks and towering mountains. They set up their base camp and began to explore the planet, searching for signs of life or resources that could support human settlement. Chapter 34: The Martian Dream. Despite the challenges, Alara's team made significant progress. They discovered sources of water ice beneath the surface, which they could use for drinking and growing food. They also found a layer of red soil that could be used as a building material. As they worked to establish their colony, Alara felt a sense of pride in what humanity was accomplishing. She knew that this would be the beginning of a new era, humanity's first permanent settlement on another planet. Chapter 35: The Expansion. Over time, the SCIFI established several colonies on Mars and other planets. Each colony represented a step forward for humanity, a symbol of our species' resilience, creativity, and determination to explore the unknown. As Alara stood on the balcony of her Martian home, she felt a sense of awe as she gazed out at the stars above. She knew that there was still much to discover, but she also knew that with every step we took into space, humanity was taking another giant leap forward. Chapter 36: The Final Frontier. As humanity continued to push the boundaries of what was possible, Alara Miles became a symbol of hope and inspiration. Her work had led to a world where technology had transformed our lives for the better. Clean energy, instantaneous communication, and the first human colonies on other planets. But there were still frontiers left to explore. One final frontier that held even more promise: the search for life beyond our planet. The GUPP launched the Interstellar Expedition Initiative, EEI, an ambitious program aimed at finding habitable worlds in distant galaxies. Alara knew that this would be one of the most daring undertakings in history, but she was determined to see it through. Chapter 37 Cree. The Search for Life. The IDI's first mission was set to travel light years across space, searching for signs of life on other worlds. As they began their journey, Alara and her team felt an overwhelming sense of excitement and anticipation. As the spacecraft moved closer to its destination, they encountered challenges beyond their wildest dreams. The sheer emptiness of space, the dangers posed by cosmic radiation, and the limitations of our current technology. Chapter 38 The Discovery. Despite the difficulties, Alara's team made significant progress. They encountered mysterious phenomena that seemed to defy explanation, suggesting that we had only scratched the surface of what was out there in the universe. One day, as they passed through a distant galaxy, Alara felt a surge of energy as her sensors detected something strange. A cluster of stars that appeared to be surrounded by an anomaly. As they approached, they discovered that this anomaly was a portal leading to another dimension filled with forms unlike anything they had ever seen before. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community and opened up new possibilities for understanding the nature of existence itself. Chapter 39 The New Universe. The revelation at the other end of the portal led to a wave of excitement and wonder. Alara and her team encountered beings from distant worlds, some with advanced technology, others with abilities beyond human comprehension. They learned that we were just one part of a vast universe filled with endless possibilities. As they returned to our world, Alara realized that their discovery had changed everything. It had opened up new avenues for research and exploration, pushing us to question the limits of what we knew about the universe. Chapter 40. The Legacy. Decades passed as humanity continued to explore the unknown. Alara Miles remained at the forefront of this journey, always striving to push the boundaries of what was possible. She became a symbol of hope and wonder for future generations, a reminder that the greatest adventures were yet to come. As she stood on a hilltop overlooking a new city built on Mars, Alara felt a sense of peace and fulfillment. She knew that her work had changed humanity's understanding of itself and its place in the universe. And so, Alara Miles' legacy continued, inspiring new generations to explore the unknown, use science for the betterment of all, and never stop pushing the boundaries of what was possible. As she watched the stars above, she knew that humanity had only begun to unlock the secrets of the universe, and the possibilities were endless. And so, the story of Alara Miles lived on, inspiring people to dream big, to explore the unknown, and to always strive for progress with wisdom and care.